Welcome to Main Street Stories. I'm Dewey Evans. Today we are in Colorado Springs talking to the owners of a local business which, well, you need to find out about. Welcome, Angel Ball, Jordan Dash. How are you?
Pretty good.
Good. We're at your business today, Rampage Room. And what is Rampage Room?
So Rampage Room is a place where you get to go and break things to relieve stress. It is designed for people to be able to relieve that inner turmoil, the stress, the rage, the aggression that comes with just life, and being able to get that out in a fun, healthy, and safe environment.
So, Angel, you don't look like somebody who would be involved in something that people need to take aggression out. Well, how did you and he get this started?
Actually, he came to me with the idea. Believe it or not, I'm probably more of the aggressive one out of the two of us. He came to me with it probably about 2 years ago and said, we need to do this. And I wasn't for it at first. I was a little skeptical. I didn't think this would be something that people would want to do. Being a combat medic, I had a lot of aggression and issues myself, and he put me in a room with a TV and a sledgehammer, and he's like, you know what, just go to town. And I was like, are you sure? And he's like, just do it. So I did it, and afterwards I was empowered. I felt wonderful. I was just like, you know what, we've got to do this. This is awesome.
Let's back up for a second. I think I heard you just say that you were a combat medic.
I was, yes.
And so you're here in Colorado Springs. Is this something that you think was beneficial to veterans or people in general? What brought you to this as a combat medic?
So we wanted to be able to help out veterans. I think a lot of it has to do with, he's married to me, so me as a veteran, he wants to help me out. And I want to help out others. So veterans were kind of our main focus point, but then we started branching out and realizing that everyone has stress. Everyone's got something going on, whether it's something going on in their family, whether it's the road rage that everyone has when they're driving to work, a big test coming up, or a big presentation that you have for work that could determine whether or not you're promoted. So it's not just, the veteran side of it, it's, everybody in general. We want to be able to provide something in a safe place, or provide a safe place for people to come in, release that inner pent-up aggression that you have, or stress, or whatever it is, and leave it in the room. And then afterwards, you can just go and sit down and breathe in our relaxation room.
So, Jordan, was this an original thought? Had you seen this come from somewhere else?
So about 4 or 5 years ago, I saw a video on Facebook that they were doing overseas that was something similar to this. And I just kept coming back to it year after year, thinking, maybe I should do something like this. Maybe this would be a good idea, something along those lines. And I just really, after I got married to Angel, I saw the struggles that she was having. And I saw the issues she had, and just the difficulties she had, like with big crowds and road rage and things like that. And I just wanted to help. I didn't like seeing her struggle, and felt powerless to do anything about it. And I know I'm not military. It's not my place to ask her to tell me her issues and her problems and the things that are going on and happened during that time. I know that's not my spot, but what I can do is this. I don't have many skills, but I know how to break things. So I brought that to her, and it really made me feel good the next night when she said that she didn't have as many nightmares, and that her anxiety wasn't nearly as bad, and she felt more relaxed. So it really, really brought something special to me.
So it initially came from a place of you wanting to help her and needing to find a way to do it without being intrusive. But to the community, it is about helping in lots of ways. You know, we're sitting here and we have this interesting tree behind us. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, so we partnered with Brand U, and they asked us if we would be a part of the Share the Warmth program. It is there's among 5 stores: Fabrique, Level Up Game Lounge, Brand U, Rampage Room, Neons, and we all have a tree put up. Old Tavern is the other one. We all have a tree in our shop, and people can come in and bring hats, clothing, scarves, just things for warm winter wear. As for Springs Recovery, Springs Rescue Mission, and Urban Peak Recovery. So it was really great to be able to give back to the community in a way that we can notably see, you know, something that feels viable, that we know we're helping in that physical way right there.
So is this a tree made up of donations? Is it, you know, I see that there's a little bit of a tree under there.
A little bit.
You can't see much tree at this point in time. So there's been a lot of donations which seem to have come in, and we're still, you know, a couple weeks away from Christmas actually being here.
And this is just, you know, the tip of the iceberg, because we actually have
Big bin in our office.
yeah, that was
Mountain Treasure in Green Mountain Falls gave us a whole bunch of clothes and hats and scarves and jackets and stuff that they had from their community. And they're like, you know, we don't have any place to take this, so we took it, and we've got, I think, over 4 big trash bags and then a big bin of clothes and jackets and things. So, you know, any way that we can
So
give
a lot
back.
of things that kind of wouldn't fit on the tree,
Right,
so you
right.
needed a bigger place to collect them.
Right.
Okay. So as a spot in the community, which maybe isn't well known, what kinds of things should somebody know about? Like how can we help bring more people into a place like this? What hours are you open? Is this, you know, an early morning kind of place, or is this a late night, or are you kind of a 9 to 5?
So it's an interesting mix of the two. When we started, we wanted this to be, we wanted people to be able to let that stress out anytime. So we are open from Thursday through Sunday, Thursday through Saturday 11 to 11, and Sunday 11 to 9, just to give people in the daytime a release of stress from work, and people at night an alternative to just going to the bar and getting a drink.
Yeah.
You know, we always want to be available if anybody needs that release. And then we are also available for appointments Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, as long as you give us at least, you know, a little bit of an advance so that we can get down here and get set up. We'll drive in if somebody
But
calls.
you do take walk-ins, so
Oh yeah.
maybe a really good place if somebody has some frustration and they're thinking about, well, I'm going to go have a drink, I'm going to the bar. Instead of doing that and then maybe causing themselves more harm, they could come here, take out their stress, and go back to their life.
Exactly, and we use a lot of counseling and therapy techniques that we've both picked up. The one that I implemented was using Sharpies in the room to write your problems, write your stresses on the things that you break. That way you're literally destroying your stress, and then using it on our walls to write your stress on the walls and leave it behind. So it's break it and then leave it behind you. And then she implemented the other one, which is our relaxation room.
So the relaxation room is a place in the back, has couches, has waterfall sounds, water noises, and then I have an aromatherapy in the back there as well. I told him that, or more like I asked, if we have the break rooms where people can break things, you know, I don't want to send people back out into the world where they're still amped up on that adrenaline. You know, I want them to be able to just kind of, okay, I let that out. I'm going to just kind of take a breather and I'm going to relax, kind of meditation, if you will, and then go back out into the world and be able to handle what they need to handle. So we implemented the relaxation room in the back so that everyone could just kind of take a breather before they went back out into the world.
Have you seen a noticeable difference in people as they come out having gone in and broken some things? And are you getting repeat customers who feel that it's valuable?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Absolutely. I know I've personally seen, I've seen changes not just coming out of the room, but while they're in the room. I know I had a couple of people that I won't give names, but they went into the room and they started their session having fun and enjoying themselves. And as they kind of got deeper into their session, it got to a point where they stopped and they were just holding each other and crying because it got so emotional and they were letting things out, and it really brings things up for people that they don't let out in normal circumstances. The things that just get pent up and bottled up, and seeing that was probably like one of the biggest eye openers for me. And then even seeing people from when they come into the shop to when they come out of the shop with a massive smile on their face, just having the best time, and sometimes they're just dripping with sweat.
That was like that couple that came in. There was a couple that came in. The wife was really excited about it. She wanted her husband to go in, and she was just like, "You got to do it, you got to do it." And he's like, "I don't need to. I don't really want to." And she's like, "No, you've got to do it. You really have to." And so after we suited him up and he did the safety stuff, when we took him in there, and then he just went to town. She bought him a package, and I don't know if it was TVs or something, but he broke the glassware, and afterwards he just had a huge smile on his face, and he was like, "Oh my gosh, that was so fun." And I was like, "Yeah, see, like don't look at it as something that's holding you back. As we were growing up as kids, we were always told, don't break it, or if you break it, you buy it, So there's always that stigma, don't break things. So when people come in, it's like, well, it's not going to be as fun as everyone's talking about. And it is.
Yeah, it's big for people sometimes. And we've even had people that will, like some of the messages on our walls, so somebody said that the flooding in Texas destroyed their home, so now they get to smash. So, like being able to release some of that, we have a message on the wall saying that there was a transgender person that was upset with just not being accepted. So they wrote that on our wall. So just being able to really see people being able to let some of this out and being so open about it when you do this is really special.
So you spoke about Sharpies and people getting to write on the walls. What limitations are there on what someone's allowed to write?
So we got 3 rules: no names, no cussing, and no explicit pictures. We don't want to ostracize anybody, so no names. Yep. Whether that be political affiliations. I don't know what your views are on the president, but I don't want to know him, and nobody after you wants to know them either. So I don't want to ostracize anybody like that. If you write your husband's name, if your husband ever wants to come in for a session and sees that, that doesn't look good on anybody. So no names, no explicit pictures, and no cussing, because we're a family establishment. We've had kids come in as young as 8 years old before, So we are big on family and letting everybody participate, and we don't want anything to keep a family from coming in or anybody from coming in.
Where do you get the things which are broken?
Donations, surprisingly. A lot of people will call us and ask us if we'll take things. There's 3 main things that we don't take. I'm a little superstitious, so I won't take mirrors. I also don't take microwaves. Okay, so 4. So microwaves, because there's a tube in there that will release noxious gas. So we're not trying to kill anybody. I don't do military, any type of military paraphernalia. So if there's anything on your glass that has military related anything, I won't take it. And the same goes for religious stuff. So we're not trying to break those items because I'm trying to give off a safe environment to others. So if I'm breaking those things and I use it for a video or something, then it doesn't give off the right vibe. So.
Yeah. Also, no appliances. Appliances and furniture, they're just too big, too bulky. They don't break well. They're not fun. At that point, we more feel like a landfill than anything, so don't give.
So if someone had a question as to whether it was appropriate or not, can they just give you a call and say, we'd like to make a donation, but we need to know if this would work for you?
Yeah.
And any phone call that goes through our business number goes to both myself and my wife as well. So somebody is usually going to pick up.
Yeah.
Okay, and what is that number again?
719-299-1339.
What's the address here?
3570 North Academy Boulevard, Colorado Springs, Colorado 80917.
And if someone were looking for more information, do you have a website?
We do. It's rampageroomcos.com.
Is there anything which you think someone should know which we haven't touched upon?
So I know one thing is that we are a major on veterans. So we work with a lot of veteran nonprofit organizations. We work with Warriors First. They are based for kind of local at-risk veterans, trying to help them have a family and a community. We work with Iron Life Foundation. He's a local. He works with local vets as well, doing powerlifting and physical training and coaching and things like that for free.
He does that free for veterans. So if you're looking to have a different way to kind of vent, if you will, then reach out to Iron Life. So because he'll do that for free and teach you how to do it properly.
And then we also work with Veterans Referring Veterans. They're a website-based business that pushes veteran-owned businesses forward into the front light. So that's we're very big on working with our nonprofits and giving back to our community, especially our veteran nonprofits. So it's another reason we offer veteran, local veteran and active duty discounts in our store. Also student discounts, because we know college kids gets just as stressed as anybody. And then group rate discounts as well.
I guess the one question I have is, how much does it cost to come in here and do something? Is this an expensive activity, or is it?
It varies, but I would say that our most expensive is $50. Your $50 packages, however, are going to cover 2 people's entrance fees. So you're basically paying about $25 per person. So.
What kind of stuff do you get to break?
Everything from bottles, plates, alarm clocks, TVs, printers, keyboards. If it's ever made you mad, we probably have it.
And if I had something which I wanted to bring in myself and break, is that something that I could also do?
So it's
Definitely.
just $15 to bring something in to break yourself. No appliances, no couches. There's limitations. Just let us know ahead of time. That way we can let you know not to bring something if it's not something to load up.
Okay. Well, as you can see, in very small hamlets and big cities, because Colorado Springs is a very large city, poised to be actually larger than the Denver area in the next decade. There are locally owned businesses which thrive, which are vibrant, and which the people care about the communities. And those are the ones we want you to reach out to and to visit, because when you spend $1 locally, it stays in the community and it gets re-spent within the community. And we get to know our neighbors, and that's the kind of world that I grew up in and that I think we look to have all the time, where while Robert Frost said, good fences make good neighbors, sometimes fences keep us from knowing our neighbors. So come on down to Rampage Room and check them out, because they are a spot in the community where the proprietors very much care about everyone in the community. Thank you, Angel.
Thank you, doing it.
And Jordan, appreciate it.